Stare at the center of this moving image. When I'll tell you to look away, you'll see everything around you zooming and moving, making a kind of breathing movement.
Oh my
This
god.
happens because your eyes try to adapt to this type of movement, and when you look at something stationary, they take a while to readapt. Now take a look around you. Do you see it?
I see it! I want to watch every optical illusion in 8 minutes, though. I want to check this out.
Motion after effect. Stare at the center of this moving image. When I'll tell you to look away, you'll see everything around you zooming and moving, making a kind of breathing movement.
Oh my
This
god.
happens because your eyes try to adapt to this type of movement, and when you look at something stationary, they take a while to readapt. Now take a look around you. Do you see it?
Oh fuck.
Ames room.
Did
Take a look
you
at this. Now take a look around you. Do you see it? Look at something stationary, they take a while to readapt. Now take a look around you. Do you see it?
I see it!
Ames room. A while to readapt. Now take a look around you. Do you see it? Something kind of breathing movement. This happens because your eyes try to adapt to this type of movement, and when you look at something
Do you see it,
stationary,
chat room?
they
Do you
take a
see
while
it?
to readapt. Now take a look around you. Do you see it?
Do you see it?
Ames room. Take a look at this man walking inside an Ames room. When he goes to the left side,
My
it
god,
seems as if he's small.
I thought that was like a freaking scary video.
But when he goes to the right side, it seems as if he's a giant. It might surprise you if I tell you that the two sides of the room have the same height. Let's take a top-down look at the design of this room.
What the
fact that
hell?
The right side is much closer to the camera makes it seem like the person is bigger. Flashed face distortion effect. When you stare at the center of this cross, the faces on the sides start to appear deformed and grotesque. This phenomenon was discovered by chance, and there's not yet enough research to understand why this happens. Stepping feet illusion. These two buses seem like they're moving step by step, but take a look at what happens when I remove the background black and white strips. This effect is mostly caused by the contrast between the buses and
That's
the background
fucked up.
stripes. This effect is mostly caused by the contrast between the buses and the background stripes. Silencing effect. If you look at the center of this image, you can see the small balls changing color, but watch what happens when the balls start rotating. The balls seem to keep the same color, but if you focus on them, they are actually changing it just like when they were stationary. This happens because it's harder to notice changes on moving objects. After image.
Jesus
Stare
Christ.
happens
Okay.
same color, but if you focus on them,
Chat room, you guys see it? They use that camera trick for Lord of the Rings movies to make the Hobbit actors appear small in some scenes. Nice.
they are actually changing
Look at it,
just
chat
like
room.
when
Look
they were
at it.
stationary. This
Look at
happens
it.
because it's harder to notice changes on moving objects. After image. Stare at this image. When I'll show you a white screen, you'll see a negative after image, which in this case will be cyan on magenta. This happens because the chemical activity in your eye's retina continues even when the eyes are no longer experiencing the original stimulus.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
Can you see it now?
Oh my
If not,
god.
try to blink really fast.
Oh my
Color
god.
dove illusion.
You guys see that? Oh my god, that's actually a very freaking good optical illusion shit.
Stare at the 4 dots in the center of this image. This illusion uses the same mechanism as the after image illusion, but it uses it to create existing things, faces, etc. You should be seeing a picture of Jesus right now.
Yeah,
Impossible
do you see
faces,
it?
etc.
Do you guys see? I'm looking at it. Like, do you see it? Like, the narrator is so right. Like, do you see this shit, chat room? You seeing Jesus in that optical illusion? I'm seeing it. Do you see it? I'm seeing it. Is this your hyperfixation stats? No, my hyperfixation is Baba Booey, Nubian. My hyperfixation is Baba Booey. Get it right. You see it? You see it, chat room?
You should be seeing a picture of Jesus right now. Impossible object. An impossible object is a two-dimensional figure, which is
this one.
instantly and naturally understood as representing a projection of a three-dimensional object, but cannot exist as a solid object.
Yep,
the
it's
animation
not.
you're seeing is called the Penrose stairs. Other variations of it are the Penrose triangle, the impossible cube, and the Blivet. Hybrid image. In this image, you'll see Albert Einstein if you look from a short distance, and Marilyn Monroe if you look from afar. This happens because the image the impossible low spatial frequencies of one picture with the high spatial frequencies of another one.
Wait. I'm gonna like, I'm looking Einstein near me. It's near me. But if I'm actually going to look at it like very far away, holy shit, it is. Chat room, I see it. That is creepy.
When viewed from a far enough distance, the fine details blur and merge with the face of Monroe. Ponzo illusion. The upper line looks longer because we interpret the upper part as receding into the distance. This is caused by the same mechanism that makes us perceive 2D images as 3D ones. Poggendorf illusionism that makes
Also, by the way, chat room, this is also used in graphic design as well. This is also used in graphic design, by the way. They are used in the graphic
us
design.
perceive 2D images as 3D ones. Poggendorf illusion. In this image, it seems as if the blue line is the continuation of the black one, while it is actually the red one. This is caused by the properties of the obscuring pattern and the nature of its borders. Forced perspective. It's a technique that makes an object appear
Hey!
farther away,
Yes!
closer, larger, or smaller
Yeah, this is always used in photography.
than it really is. Tourists that take a photo of the Tower of Pisa in the famous pose are actually applying this technique. Barber pole illusion. Did you know that the diagonal lines in a barber pole actually rotate horizontally and don't go up or down? The vertical movement is just an optical illusion. Zollner
So fuck, I didn't even know that.
illusion. These lines are not perfectly parallel, right? Look at what happens when I remove the shorter lines.
What the fuck? Yo!
The angle of the shorter lines creates the impression that one end of the longer lines is nearer to the viewer than the other end. Cafe wall illusion. The one end of the look at what happens when I remove the shorter lines.
That is... It's so symmetrical. Jesus Christ.
The angle of the shorter lines creates the impression that one end of the longer lines is nearer to the viewer than the other end. Cafe wall illusion. These lines are actually parallel and straight.
They're
but
parallel
they
and
appear
straight.
sloped because white areas have an apparent greater size than black ones.
Yep.
This effect disappears when the colors are changed.
There you go. I
Vont
know, I
Are-
know about that. I actually know about that illusion. It's actually very mind tripping.
The two red lines straight or bowed inwards. They are actually straight, but they appear
They're straight.
distorted because of the lines in the background. There are two other variations of this, like the herring illusion and the Orbison illusion.
That's
Fraser
straight.
spiral. This is also known as a false spiral, as the overlapping black arcs are actually just a series of concentric circles, not a spiral. Vertical horizontal illusion. Which one of these two lines is the longest one? Neither of them. They're
Neither.
both the same length. If you guessed that the vertical one was longer, you've been
Nope.
tricked. Crater illusion.
This
illusion-
this is definitely your hyperfixation. And no, my hyperfixation is. You know what? I'm not gonna even say that. My hyperfixation is. I'll just let you
causes
decide.
craters or other holes to appear as mountains or domes. One of the most accepted theories is that it's caused by our being accustomed to seeing light from overhead. Kanisa triangle. This image gives the impression
My hyperfixation is Asian woman. There you go, Nubian.
of a bright white triangle, despite the absence
To be specific, pretty ones, inside and out.
of lines or color change across the edge. Some people perceive the illusory triangle overhead. Kanisa triangle. This image
Kanisa
gives the
triangle.
impression of a bright white triangle, despite the absence of lines or color change across the edge. Some people perceive the illusory triangle as brighter than the background and closer to the viewer. Kinetic depth effect.
Kinetic
This
depth.
spinning dancer can be
Oh,
seen
this
to be
is not
spinning in
spinning.
both directions. This happens because there's a lack of visual cues for depth. For example,
Like,
the
it's
dancer's arms can be
counter-
perceived to be moving in the foreground
Yep.
between her and you, or in the background
It's
behind the
trippy.
dancer's body. Now take a look at what happens when I give you more visual cues.
So
You can now
trippy.
determine what direction she's spinning in. Rotating snakes. These
It,
circles
like,
are stable.
like
You can-
this optical illusion freaking tricked my brain ever since I saw this in one of the ads. It's like the caption is like in what direction this woman is spinning, and I don't freaking know. I was a kid discovering this ad or freaking one of the posts. It's freaking tripped me so hard. What's up, Ron?
Now determine the dancer's body. Now take a look at what happens when I give you more visual cues. You
See?
can now determine what direction she's spinning in. Rotating snakes. These circles are stationary, but they appear to be moving.
They're
Contrast
moving,
and
holy
small
crap.
Involuntary
I
eye
see it?
movements seem to play a huge role in this illusion. Turnus illusion. In this
You guys,
Gary
you
eye
guys, you guys actually are you looking at it, chat room? Is it moving on your guys' end? Like your optical illusion, it's moving. Holy crap! Freaking the human eyes can really trick you. It's moving. It's moving.
movements seem to play a huge role in this illusion. Turnus illusion. In this GIF, it seems like only one circle is moving, but if we add a small blank frame, it seems like they are both moving. This is closely linked to Gestalt psychology, and it's a
Gestalt.
type of apparent group motion. Beta movement. Here's another
Beta
example
movement?
of apparent motion, which was used in the famous Snake game. This makes you perceive
Hey.
a movement instead of some random circles appearing and disappearing, which is what is actually happening. Phi phenomenon. In contrast to the beta movement, this one
Oh
does not
god.
include any movement of the circle, just the disappearing of them, but it still creates a movement perception.
Yeah, it's the buffering
Lilac Chaser.
YouTube.
This illusion has 3 steps. When you start staring at the cross, you'll first see a gap running around the circle, which is actually there. After a while, you'll start seeing a green disc running around the circle of lilac discs in place of the gap. The last step happens when you
I don't
stop seeing the
see it.
lilac discs, and you just see a green disc running around on the
I
gray
don't see the
background.
green. Oh my
Gravity pull.
god. I don't
It's
see
a
it.
place where the layout of the surrounding land makes a slight downhill slope seem like an uphill slope, like in this image where the water seems to run uphill. Ebbinghaus illusion. The 2 orange circles are exactly the same size, but the difference in surrounding circles makes it seem like the right one is larger. Stroboscopic effect. If I show you this GIF, you perceive the clock hand as moving from right to left, but take a look at what happens if I start to cover it for small periods of time.
Oh my
This effect
god.
is closely linked to the wagon wheel effect, which makes you see propellers of helicopters or airplanes as stationary, moving slowly or moving backwards. Basalt effect. In this image, the red lines on the white background are lighter and the ones on the black background are darker, or so it seems. The horizontal red lines have the exact same
Oh
color,
my
but
god,
the
it's so
backgrounds
trippy.
create this illusion. Ehrenstein illusion. The sides of a square placed inside concentric shapes take a fake curved shape,
Yeah,
like
you
a
see the
shuriken. Sander
shuriken.
illusion. The diagonal line in the left parallelogram seems longer than the one in the smaller right parallelogram, but they are the same length. This might happen because the diagonal lines around the blue ones give an illusion of depth, which creates an illusion in the
That
length of the
is
blue lines.
interesting.
Mueller-Lyer effect. This is pretty famous, but also pretty effective.
Yes.
The 2 lines are actually
the
same
same.
length. Hermann grid illusion. Ghost-like, so
Like
pretty
like the human eye chat room is very fascinating because optical illusions like we see, yeah, they are the same length,
effective. The 2 lines are actually the same.
which is
Same
funny.
Hermann grid illusion. Ghost-like gray blobs seem to appear in the white intersections, but
Yes.
only if you don't directly look at them. Rubens vase. Is this a vase, or are they
Or is
two
it 2
faces
faces?
looking at
Yeah,
each other?
the infamous optical. Well, not infamous, but the one of the famous optical illusions. Like, is it a vase chat room or is it like 2 people staring at each other? You know, it's a really good optical illusion. Could have been like a really good optical illusion. Jesus Christ. Oh, what's up, Hudson? Hudson, try to read the entirety of the stream, and you will actually understand. Anyway,
This is an example of ambiguous 2-dimensional forms, and it's a perfect demonstration of the figure-ground distinction the brain makes.
Yeah, there you
Since
go.
the figure and the ground are not distinguishable in this image, they are interchangeable. Contrast illusion. The contrast illusion happens when there's a
Before.
distortion in perception of a stimulus when said stimulus is presented after or simultaneously with another one of lesser or greater value. This happens with visual stimuli as well. Right now, you might see the red dots on the right side as darker than the ones on the left side, but both of them have exactly the same color.
What
A famous
the
example
hell?
of this effect is the checker shadow illusion,
Oh,
where
that
the area
one.
labeled A appears to be darker than
Darker
the area
than
labeled
the
B,
B.
while they actually have the same color.
Yep.
MAC bands. Your eyes exaggerate the contrast between edges of these slightly different shades of gray when they touch each other because it triggers the edge detection system. Leaning tower
Yeah.
illusion.
What the
Can
hell?
you believe that the tower in the right photo does not lean more to the right? It's an exact duplicate of the photo on the left. Hollow face illusion. The
What?
perception of a concave mask of a face appears as a normal convex face. This could be a demonstration for the power of top-down knowledge for vision. Color constancy.
Color
How can you
constancy.
still know what colors the things are in this photo while it is composed of only light and dark,
dark
shades
sh-
of red and white?
yeah.
It's thanks to color constancy, a feature of the human color perception system. Shout out to these guys who support my channel through Patreon. You
My
can end up on this
God. Like, that's actually a very great video, by the way. Really good video for optical illusions. Like, the way this YouTuber actually explains optical illusion in 8 minutes, sorry, is actually like really good. It's informative, and at the same time, it trips your eyes so much. It really trips your eyes. Like, I do hope you guys can actually understand what I'm saying, chat room. Like this one. Let's do it again.
motion after effect. Stare at the center of this moving image.
There it.
When I'll
There
tell you
at
to
it,
look
chat
away,
room.
you'll see everything
There
around
at
you
it.
zooming and moving,
There
making
at
a
it.
kind of breathing
There it.
movement. This happens because your eyes try to adapt to this
There
type of
at
movement,
it.
and when you look at something stationary, they take a while to
There
readjust.
at it.
Now take a look around you. Do you see it?